Destination is a new gothic thriller directed by Jessica M. Thompson that also stars Nathalie Emmanuel and Walt Doherty, I think, or Thomas Doherty, I think that's his name. In this movie, Nathalie Emmanuel plays an aspiring artist named Evie living in New York City, struggling to make ends meet. She has a job as a catering waitress, and then there's one assignment where she's catering for this DNA test company. She gets a free gift bag that has a DNA test in it, and she decides, you know what, I want to reach out there, see if I have any other family existing. She's feeling kind of lonely. So she tests it out, and it turns out she does have another relative, a cousin, who is, you know, he's white and she's not. Even with that, she decides to meet him. He invites her to a big wedding over in London and she decides to go. And as you would imagine, things are not as they would appear. I had one reason and one reason only to see this movie, and that was Nathalie Emmanuel. Nathalie Emmanuel, I love her in pretty much everything. Yes, I love to look at her, but that's not the point. We're gonna keep this review decidedly non-horny, okay? I could gush about Nathalie Emmanuel the entire video. That would not tell you whether or not you need to see this movie. And I am a man of the people and I am here for you.
My God, she's something special. I'm just gonna leave it at that. She is sensational.
Thirsting over, let's actually talk about the movie. First of all, I do like the gothic feel and atmosphere of a movie like this. I like the cinematography and the way that this film utilizes shadows. I like the art design of this big mansion. Definitely get a great sense of foreboding whenever you're in those grounds and you see these statues and you see the way that this place is set up. It definitely gives you that feeling of, oh shit, some shit's about to go down. Nathalie Emmanuel is essentially carrying this entire movie on her spine, I hate to say. From a performance standpoint, she's very earnest, she's very good-natured in this role, but also kind of a good mix of no nonsense. There's enough character work done with her to make you feel invested in her as a person. Is she a little bit naive to like an unrealistic degree in this movie? Yeah, sure, but then, you know, there wouldn't be a movie if she wasn't, so I get why they had to go that direction with her character. She is the most watchable thing about this movie. Being that it is a thriller movie and a horror movie, you're gonna have some exciting moments, you're gonna have some jump scares. If you like jump scares, you're gonna like them. If you don't like jump scares, well, this probably isn't the movie for you. Despite some entertaining moments, this movie really wasn't the movie for me, I gotta say. And part of it is the fact that the first hour plus of this movie relies on fake dreams and jump scares. Not even the good jump scares that actually lead to something real, but it's more fake jump scares where, you know, the music gets loud and then there's something that like happens, it comes out of nowhere, and it's not real, it's not actually something that would scare somebody. That does get a little bit tiring after a while, but I think the biggest problem with this movie is the way that it's structured and set up. The way they set up the story for here, it makes you think that maybe there's like a big twist, and sure, there is a twist in the movie, but the problem is while you're watching the movie, everything about this screenplay is so telegraphed and so obvious. Like, it just makes it way too obvious, way too predictable as to where the movie is going and what decisions the story is gonna make. So basically the entire movie, you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and unfortunately, it's like you're watching a shoe drop in slow motion. This wouldn't be a problem if anything outside of Nathalie Emmanuel was developed or interesting or compelling, but unfortunately, there's no other characters in the movie, especially in the first hour plus of this movie, that are gonna make you feel interested in anything that's going on. It's really just her. She's the only one that you feel like you can get behind. There's a romance, among other things, in the first half of this movie that it really is gonna determine how invested you are in everything that's going on, and unfortunately, I was never invested in it because the movie didn't give me enough reasons to be invested in it. God bless you if you actually saw the trailer for this movie, because you essentially saw the entire movie as it played out. When that shoe drops, you just feel like you wasted your time, and you feel like the pacing was really dragging you to get to that point. Now, luckily, things do get more exciting, things do get better in the last part of the movie, but that's the last part of the movie when the movie is gonna be over. It's not enough to justify everything you sat through to get to that point. The movie does try its hand at some social commentary. It does try to make you feel like you're watching a version of Get Out. The social commentary, the things that this movie's trying to say about race and class and money and wealth and all of that stuff, like, I get what they were going for, and I think it's a good attempt. It's good to have ambition for a movie like this. None of those themes are explored or dived into as in-depth as the movie wants it to be. It's all surface level shit. So it's hard to feel like anything that they do with any of those themes, any of those ideas, is actually going somewhere productive. In fact, it makes the dialogue that they spit about this feel a little bit more on the nose than it probably should feel. That being said, there's some exciting moments. There's some interesting little world building that this movie tries to go for that I thought was interesting for a while, and Nathalie Emmanuel absolutely crushes it. This could have been kind of a more darker gothic vampire version of Ready or Not. And instead, The Invitation was an okay movie, but I can't really go higher than that. I'm gonna leave this one in the Fortress of Solitude. Very average movie, and I feel like if Nathalie Emmanuel were not in it, I would not be saying that it's average. I'd be saying something worse. All right, guys, so tell me, have you seen The Invitation? What did you think about it? Let me know your thoughts on the film in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.